Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your bonus reading for the person that you're dealing with. So for many of you, this will be a love reading, but it doesn't have to be because we all deal with all different kinds of people for all different kinds of reasons. So let's just see what comes out. So we're starting with Ace of Wands, Justice, and Death. Well, these are some really big energies that are coming through right away. We've got two majors and an ace. With death being the central energy between you and this person, Sagittarius, it does feel like this entire relationship has gone through a massive transformation. Something has really happened between the two of you that probably changed each other. But I am getting a really, with all these reds and fire I'm getting through just by looking at this, did something happen that made the two of you angry or fiery? But there's also some kind of growth that came from it. So for example, if you had an explosive relationship with someone, it's becoming more calm. It's becoming more balanced. I'm seeing the Justice card here too. So make that make sense for you, but it does feel like a big fiery energy. You are a fire sign, Sagittarius, so this other person you're dealing with could very well be a fire sign too, or just something or someone that really sparked you, and that was the cause of the transformation. So anyway, that's a message coming through. Make that make sense for you. But your person is showing up as Justice. So it feels like your person is coming into balance. Perhaps you held a mirror up to their face and showed them who they really are. And that may have exploded something, but it was also the thing that the relationship needed to change. And then I'm seeing the Ace of Wands on your side, which really doesn't surprise me because the Ace of, did I say Swords? The Ace of Wands is on your side. I don't know what I said. But this is really represents you well because the Ace of Wands is about decisive action. It's about taking these new beginnings, new steps, new direction, starting over, but very fiery, which is you. And you are that card of the Ace of Wands, Sagittarius, that represents you very well. So I'm curious to see about this relationship because it does feel like something had to change in order for it to balance out and in order for it to have a strong beginning. So Death is coming in with the Two of Swords. So it feels like there was some kind of a change in a perspective, in a plan, that whatever was stuck, it really needed something to light a fire under its feet in order to go. And so I feel like if you were feeling stuck in this relationship, something happened probably pretty quickly because I'm seeing all this red energy. I'm feeling like the root chakra energy. But I do feel like this relationship was stuck and stagnant, but something happened that blew it all open. Your person could be getting karma, or they could be balancing out. And then you're showing up as this new beginning. So we'll see if the beginning is together or apart. We don't have enough cards yet. So why Death and the Two of Swords? So there's Temperance, Two of Pentacles, and Queen of Wands. More of that fire that I'm seeing. I think that the one or both of you is extremely confident. Again, I really kind of strongly feel that you're dealing with someone with fire in their chart, and even like strong placements of fire. But I'm also seeing Temperance, which is a combination of fire and water and balance and emotions and compromise. But I do feel and see two very confident people butting heads is what I'm really seeing. And the Two of Pentacles and the Temperance are both saying you're both trying to balance out this pretty fiery and fast and intense energy that exists between the two of you. You're both trying to find your footing. You're both trying to find the leader. It almost feels like you both want to lead, but it feels like there can only be one. And so that's the problem. You both want to take the lead, but it's not really working out that way. It's just making more of a problem for the two of you. I hope that this all makes sense. This is really interesting, Sagittarius. It's kind of fun. It's very exciting. But I do kind of get the sense with the Two of Swords too, that you may be avoiding each other a little bit, or pushing each other away, or blocking each other altogether, because there could be a clash of egos, or a clash of, like I said, there can only be one leader and you both want to be that, is what I'm getting. Justice on your person's side is with the Hanged Man. So they could be getting a little bit of karma right now. They could be being put in a timeout by the universe until they see this differently. So until they let go of their ego, perhaps. Death can often be an ego death. This idea of letting go what our ego is telling us to do, because there's something greater here that can exist between the two of you. So I do feel like your person is kind of being blocked by the universe from coming towards you until they look at it differently, or if they ever look at it differently. That's when they'll be allowed to come back into your energy. So why Justice and the Hanged Man? Oh, so there's the Five of Swords, Ten of Cups, and the Magician. I think your person is getting more clear now. I think that at some point their perspective was that maybe they didn't really necessarily see you as their person, but they see that now. But they also know that they came into this all wrong. They came in playing games and wanting to lead and wanting to be the boss in the situation, or whatever this is, make it make sense for you. But it does feel like this person really had to confront some of their core fears, and they have to release a need for control, perhaps, and controlling information, bullying. I'm seeing a little bit of bullying with the Five of Swords. Maybe there were other people they were juggling, because the Five of Swords and the Two of Pentacles can be that. But I feel like they really need to reclaim their control over their own fears of losing control. And I do think that they see you as their person now. They see you as a treasure, but I kind of feel like there's still some fieriness that exists here. We're not quite there yet. We're not quite ready yet. Let's look at your Ace of Wands. It's with the Tower. I think you completely told this person that you wanted nothing to do with them. Your fresh start was their tower. Could have been your tower too. You might have just said one day, I can't take it anymore. We're arguing too much. And you're trying to be the boss of me, and you're trying to control the situation. You're trying to control the narrative. You're trying to control the information that I get. So I think that you just burned it down. And I think that's why I'm seeing fire, because I feel like you burned it down, figuratively speaking, the whole relationship. So why the Ace of Wands and the Tower? Seven of Wands, Seven of Swords, and Two of Cups. You thought this person was your person. You have a very clear idea of what you want your relationships to look like. You have a very clear idea of what that is. So I do feel that you want a new beginning, but it looks like you don't really want it to be with this person. I don't know that you know the person that you want to have a relationship with, but it feels like you have a clear vision of what that person would look like, what a new beginning would look like. And it started with liberating yourself from whatever this relationship is, whatever this tragic ending that happened between the two of you that was very fiery, very intense, just very combative. I'm getting that bullying and all this fire. There's fire everywhere. So I do feel like you know that this isn't it. I think you think if you stay here with this person, you would just be fooling yourself into thinking that it's what you actually want. You have a very clear vision of what your love partner looks like, what love looks like, what harmony in love looks like, and this isn't it. And so I think you're saying you'd rather be alone than dealing with this. And I think that's requiring some discipline on your part to just go off and be on your own. So the Queen of Wands is with the Star, which I'm going to flip over. Temperance is here too. So it feels like something is healing within this relationship, but you may not see it, or you may just not care. which is also fine. Both are fine. So why Queen of Wands and the Star? Queen of Swords, King of Swords, Five of Wands. So this feels like such a headache. This relationship feels like you just keep going around and around and around and around. You have a long history with this person. You have a long history of perhaps conflict with this person, arguments with this person, competition, pettiness, things that don't matter keep coming up over and over and over again in this relationship. It's even hard for me to look at this because it's just so bleh. But it is giving me this idea that every time you think it's going to heal, they come back in and do something else. And you've just had to draw some very, very clear and healthy boundaries. There's a lot of bickering, a lot of fighting, a lot of arguments, a lot of backstabbing, bullying, game playing. So if there's a person in your energy that you do this with, this is definitely for you. But I do see you thinking that's not what you want and that you're better off alone. And your person looks like they're trying to pull you back in, but I can't tell if it's for the right reasons or not. So let's keep going. The Magician is with the Four of Wands. So you make this person feel stable, but they make you feel unstable. So how's that supposed to work? Like, you bring stability to this person and then they tear it down by playing games. So why the Magician and the Four of Wands? There's the Star again, Page of Wands, and the Tower. So this ties us back to this Tower up here. When you said, forget it, I'm done like dinner, that triggered their healing because the Star is now coming in here. They want to come in and talk to you and tell you the truth, but I don't think that they've done enough healing in order for this to be sustainable. I think that they still have too many impulse control problems when it comes to this Page of Wands here, that you're triggering their healing, but they're still not ready to come in the right way. I think that if you were to come back together with this person now, unhealed, you're just going to keep going around and around in those circles where you feel like they're healing with the Star, but then they come in this really petty and sabotaging type of energy. Plus, it feels like you already know this isn't what you want. And even if they come in healed, I'm not sure you want it anymore, but let's keep going. The Two of Cups is with the Page of Cups. This feels like you have done a lot of your own healing. I think you're looking for the deeper meaning. When I see these two cups together, the Two of Cups and the Page of Cups, you're reflecting on everything that happened because it's following this Tower. And so now all that fiery energy is really starting to calm down and we're getting more of that water side from you. And it feels like you are really reflecting on everything that happened in this relationship and you're looking for the deeper meaning in it. Like, why did this all have to happen like this? But I think it's making you see more clearly what you want and what you deserve. So there's the Eight of Swords, another Five of Pentacles, and there's a Queen of Cups. So this is more of this watery energy. I think your intuition has really been heightened throughout this, and I think it's because you've been looking for the deeper meaning. So I do really get the sense that you are following your intuition right now and understanding how one-sided this relationship was, because you're feeling the Five of Pentacles. And when I see a Five of Pentacles in a love reading, it really means it was one-sided, that you really felt like you were putting in but never got anything back. You never got anything back. You were short-handed. And I think that you're really seeing that you're cheating yourself by staying here. But I also see, because your external energy is Seven of Wands and Eight of Swords, I'm seeing that you may be a little bit intimidated or afraid to step out on your own. But I think that the patterns that you have with this person, whatever these patterns are, when you think they start to heal, so you let them back in, it's not because you don't see that. You see that for what it is. You see the patterns, you see the games, you see the unhealed wounds, you see the insincerity, or at least the inauthenticity that this person brings. But I think you keep continuing to give them the benefit of the doubt because it looks like you have a little bit of fear of being on your own. That these Eight of Swords in the external, it may be that you're a little bit scared or a little bit afraid to really branch out of this or really can hold those boundaries. So it feels like you're stuck. It feels like you're halfway. That, okay, so here's a random example, but so make it make sense for you. But perhaps you live with this person and you've drawn a boundary. You said, I'm breaking up with you, but we're still going to live together because of rent payments, or I don't know. Make this make sense for you. But it's like you're still half there. It's like your boundaries are not firm. And I think that this Eight of Swords is holding you back from making that full break, even though your intuition is really telling you that you've learned everything you needed to learn here, so it's time to move on. So let's get you some final advice. So we have the Three of Wands. So you can anticipate something coming in. But let's see. Page of Pentacles, the Emperor, and Nine of Pentacles. Underneath is the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Wands are giving very similar energies that something is about to change. And the Nine of Pentacles is saying you're about to be liberated from something. So keep going. You already started to burn this down with the Tower. You've already started to release this. This is saying keep going. That Nine of Pentacles is very much about making a decision and moving forward in a stable way, but on your own, finding peace and prosperity within your own liberation, within your own independence with the Nine of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is showing me what we just said, that you are the student here. You have learned everything you could possibly learn in this situation. There's nothing left for you here. You're getting nothing but a Five of Pentacles from this. So even though you may be feeling a bit stuck, you may be feeling a bit scared to keep moving forward, this is really saying to free yourself of this. And the Emperor showing up here is the same as these two sevens are telling me here, because we have the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Swords. This is about discipline. This is about disciplining yourself enough to say enough is enough. That there still may be one small lesson you need to learn, and it's the discipline to finally release this completely and to really move on your own. So that is what I have for you, Sagittarius, for the person that you're dealing with. Will you please let me know how this was resonant for you? Consider subscribing to the channel if you like my vibe, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.